my show that goes.
Get ready to guzzle or gag in the ultimate beer battle of tastes. Join us as we sip, savour, and sometimes spit our way through the world's most talked about brews. Let's get pouring and exploring.
Hey, what's up? Shag Dog, Spitter Swallow Beer Review. Drinking and thinking episode. I'm drinking a Guinness Draft, and we are talking about some DC Comics, Sci-Fi, and beyond. I don't know what's going to come of it because I'm not a real big DC or Sci-Fi geek, but I'm going to try at least. I know I like a little bit about DC Comics, maybe even a little Marvel. But we're drinking Guinness Draft from this. This is my St. Patrick's Day leftovers. Let's get it in there, right? Yeah, DC Comics. The movies, I was very hyped about the Flash series that was on WB or whatever hell the channel was. In the first season, I watched it religiously every week. I watched it. I had trivia night at the bar at night. I was like, okay, I got to watch the show, then hurry up and get to the bar for trivia. Then they changed the trivia time. I was upset to earlier. I was like, so I missed the Flash after that happened. But I think that was during season 2. But anyhow, yeah, DC Comics. What are we going to talk about on that? Well, one of my big thing with DC Comics are the lesser known characters. They always emphasize on Superman, Batman, and I like Batman. Wonder Woman, she's a woman. She's been around for a long time. Yeah. But I like the lesser known characters. And here we go. Lesser known characters. I'll even start off with a couple. Well, let's go into the regular list here. Then if they miss any, I'll go into a few others. Mr. Miracle, part of the New Genesis. Scot-free. All right. Big Barda is like a Wonder Woman character, but from another planet. So, Lobo, they had to do something like Wolverine, but make him a spaceman. So, Deadman. Deadman is kind of unique. So I did like the Deadman character. He was always going into different heroes' bodies, Pretty cool. Phantom Stranger. Man, I never really read Phantom Stranger too much or got into it, but it's interesting. Ragman, never got into it. Nightshade, don't even know what the hell it is. Blue Devil, kind of like, I think it could have made him a bigger character, but they never did. Red Tornado is always a big character. He's like the Vision of the DC universe. He's the android that can. Yeah. Red Hood, Jason Todd, the second Robin that died at the hands of the Joker, but unbeknownst to us, he's alive and well, and he went Ra's al Ghul, or maybe his daughter, I don't know, put him into the pool of eternity or whatever the hell they call it, brought him back to life. He's still alive. Arsenal, which is originally known as Speedy, Roy Harper, Green Arrow sidekick. Not much you could do with a Green Arrow sidekick besides make him gay or something. I don't know what extra you could do about him, make him special, but Aqualad, another sidekick, the Aquaman. They got Jackson Hyde, but I think there was a different one before him. There's a black Aqualad too, so maybe that's Jackson Hyde. There was a Garth something, the original Aqualad, so I don't know. They kill him off, they bring him back. They kill people off, bring him back all the time, so who knows. Miss Martian, I think she was from the Legion of Superheroes, I do believe, but I could be wrong. Static, of course. A New Age, Black Lightning, aka Black Vulcan, if you watch Super Friends. Just a younger guy with electric powers. There you go. Icon, he was the Black Superman. I forget the name of that comic. It's a shoot off from DC Comics. Different world or whatever. Icon is like the Black Superman of that world. Rocket, Raquel Irvin, I don't know who the hell that is. Vixen, of course, pretty good character. Kind of like DC's Black Panther, I don't think she's from Wakanda or anything, but Yeah. Gypsy, kind of like dresses like a gypsy. I don't know what her powers are, but I've seen her. I never really got into her. Vibe, I didn't really get into Vibe in the comics, but he was in the Flash the series, and yeah, I kind of like him in the series. And I went back and I read up on some of his history, the actual comic character. I was like, yeah, they killed him off in the comics. I'm not sure if they brought him back, and they reiterate all the time. So I'm hoping he's back in the comics. Katana, I'm guessing she's like a ninja. I don't know who she is. Outsiders. The Outsiders. Was that part of the what the hell's his name? The Guardian. The Outsiders with the little kids. Or was that the Newspaper Boys or something like that? Anyhow. Locker, I don't know who that is. Halo, Geoforce. I've seen Geoforce before. I think he gets killed pretty quick. He didn't last in DC Comics very long. Technocrat, Nightwing, of course, the original Robin. Flamebird, Hawk and Dove, Hawk and Don Hall. They killed Don off. At one time, they had Hank as Monarch, right? It wasn't even supposed to be him as Monarch. It was supposed to be Captain Atom, but somehow the news broke out in public, so they changed it to Hank. Should have just kept it as Captain Atom, and now they're making Captain Atom bad in the recent comics. I'm not sure. Captain Atom, of course, Major Force, which was a Captain Atom enemy, I think. Plastique, I think she was originally a Firestorm arch villain, I believe. Mongo, Despero, Dr. Light, two Dr. Lights. There's the original one, which is a villain. The newer one, female, she's a hero. Dr. Polaris, kind of like Magneto, I think. Blackbriar Thorn, I don't know who it is. Ragdoll was a Batman villain, I think, but I didn't really get too much into him. Madame Rogue, Tattoo Man, Gizmo, Mammoth, Shimmer, Phantasm, Germ, Son of Saturn, I don't know who the hell is. Legion, various members of the Legion. That's the Legion. Is that the Legion of Superheroes? I don't know. Eradicator, Superman thing. They don't have a lot of heroes on there I'm thinking of, but Booster Gold, I like Blue Beetle, Firestorm. Who else? I'm just going to try to name off some heroes I like that haven't really had big parts in DC series or movies. Guy Gardner will be in a new movie, but I don't know if he's going to come out too well in that movie. But I like the Wally West version of Flash. I did like the original Flash, but I like the Wally West version too. Firestorm is one of my favorites. They really screwed him in the comics. They could have made him a lot better in the comics. I just don't know what the hell. And then they killed him off, and some new guy. Then they bring him back and combine him with a new guy. Just crazy. What else? I like Animal Man. Animal Man could be a good movie, I think. Aztec. Azrael. The Batman, the guy took over Batman when Bane broke Batman's back, but I like him as Azrael too, not just the fake Batman. But there's a whole bunch of characters that DC could use. And it had the Blue Beetle movie, but that was sucked. It has a newer version of Blue Beetle, the Jamie Reyes or whatever. I'd rather have the original Blue Beetle, or not the original, because what's his name was the second Blue Beetle. There was a Golden Age Blue Beetle too, yeah. But the Silver Age Blue Beetle would be the best. And I guess his voice is at the end. I don't know if they show a picture of him in that movie. I don't like the Jamie Reyes version of Blue Beetle. They always got to kill the white guys off and bring in some minority. And no offense. I don't mind minorities being superheroes. I just wish they get their own superhero identity and quit killing off the white men, the old white men that they hate so much. It's discrimination. Believe it or not. Yeah, they keep killing off the white guys. Now they bring some of the white guys back, like Firestorm. Ronnie Raymond, they killed him off. Guess what? They brought him back because I think there was such an outcry with that. Jason Rush, or whatever his name is, still is part of the Firestorm Matrix with Ronnie. I think they could separate too, or something. But Ronnie Raymond is Firestorm. Can't kill him off and then his essence go to some kid in Detroit. Come on. I don't even know with the new Continuum if they even have the professor in it anymore. I don't know. There's great black superheroes. I mean, you can't make up some new ones too. Look, they made up a static, whatever his name is, even though there's already Black Lightning, Electric. Anyhow, yeah, you got Luke Cage, Power Man, great character, has his own name. Didn't take no name from someone else. Power Man, Luke Cage was a good superhero, strong. Black Falcon, now they call him Falcon. They take the black out. That seems like discrimination, just taking the black out. Wow, you can't say black. It's just Falcon now. Well, no, his name was originally Black Falcon. You don't change the Blue Beetle to Beetle. You don't change the Gray Ghost to Ghost. Really fun characters, I thought, when I was a youth in the late 70s, early 80s. Black Falcon, Power Man, Luke Cage, Black Lightning, a.k.a. Black Vulcan, because I guess they couldn't use Black Lightning in the Super Friends because the guy that wrote Black Lightning didn't want, legal situation there. So they just changed it to Black Vulcan, changed his costume up a little bit. There you go. Who are some other? Let's Google that. Who are the top 20 black superheroes? Because I like black superheroes, original superheroes. Oh, God, how did I even forget? Black Panther, I didn't even think of him. Yeah. Black Panther, T'Challa, number 1. The King of Wakanda, member of the Avengers, and one of the smartest men on the planet. Storm of the X-Men. Yeah, another one. Original. Didn't steal it from anybody, right? Unless something I don't know about the 60s or 50s. Maybe there's a white girl named Storm I don't know about. Luke Cage, mentioned him already, right? Wrongly convicted man gains superhuman strength and bulletproof skin after being subjected to an experiment in prison. And that happens in real life. Blade, half vampire, half human. Hybrid who dedicates his life to destroying vampires. Green Lantern John Stewart. Now, he's not the original Green Lantern, but there's multiple Green Lanterns, so that one's okay. Cyborg, Victor Stone. I never was a big Cyborg fan, but I liked him. I just don't think he should have been one of the main 5 of the Justice League. I thought Firestorm should have been thrown in there instead of Cyborg. Anyhow, that's my own opinion. I thought in the Super Friends, the Super Powers team, when they came out with Cyborg and Firestorm joining the team back then in the early 80s, cartoon, yeah. I never thought either one of them would be one of the main 5, but if they were, I would figure it would be Firestorm. But, I mean, Cyborg is a good character, especially with today's technology. Everything fits in even better with, cybernetics and viruses and stuff like that. Yeah. Static, of course, we mentioned already. War Machine. Spawn. Not part of DC, though. Oh, we're on Best Black. Most of them in DC, though. Except for War Machine. Luke Cage is Marvel. Storms. Okay, most of them in Marvel, I guess. All right. Nightshade, supernatural heroine with the ability to manipulate darkness and shadows. Nightshade, she might be Marvel. Ironheart, never heard of that one. Her own Iron Man inspired suit, so she's Marvel apparently. Falcon, of course, Sam Wilson. They call him Falcon now. It used to be Black Falcon. In Marvel, was Falcon used to be called Black Falcon? I think that's either Mandela effect or they just changed history. No, Falcon, Sam Wilson, was never called Black Falcon in Marvel Comics. I must have a false memory then. I always thought it was Black Falcon back in my young days. Love the Falcon and Winter Soldier, or shall we say Captain America and Winter Soldier. Another question is that what's people calling Falcon the Black Falcon? I don't believe that a single person ever thought of Falcon as a black person as Captain America. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, the kid called him Black Falcon, which I was shocked and didn't understand it since I said no one thinks of him as Black Falcon. I swear to God, he was called Black Falcon back in the old days, in the 70s, 80s, and they changed it somehow. Now they're trying to say that it's never called Black Falcon. You know, the Atlanta Falcons, what's the color of the Falcon on their helmets? Black. Anyhow. Anyhow, that's either Mandela effect or someone rewriting history. One or the other. Now, if I get back out of that, that wasn't who I thought it was it? All right, I got Black Lightning, of course, Vixen. Vixen is kind of like Animal Man. She can mimic animals' abilities, and that's the same thing as Animal Man. So they kind of stole her powers from him. But she is a totally different character. She's not in the same costume, at least. Got a different name. Yeah, she's sexier than Animal Man, that's for sure. What we got here? Meta AI. Nah, let's see. Whole bunch of crap on my phone. Nubia, never heard of him or her. Adam, Legend of the Blue Marvel. I never heard of that. And Gentle. Dr. Voodoo. Never heard of him. Anyhow. Delicious beer. There you go with the Marvel questions. So, what was next? That was just the Black Heroes. I like Black Heroes. I just don't. I wish they didn't. They didn't even have him in there. Mr. Terrific. They didn't have his name listed there. Mr. Terrific was originally a white guy. They had him retire or whatever, and the other Mr. Terrific took over. There's somebody else. There's a couple of them that used to be a white man. The Guardian. They swiped him away, and then they made the Manhattan Guardian and made him black. And I understand they say that, well, black people, kids are the ones buying more comics, you know. Kind of like this in the old days as the Jewish kids, the minorities, Italians, whatever. I don't remember any Italian superheroes, but the Jewish kids, minorities buying comics. Now they say it's more the Hispanic, black kids buying it, but I don't see any kids buying a lot of comics, actually. But I did like comics when I was a kid. I never really got into buying them because I couldn't afford them, and my mother wasn't going to buy me comics, you know. So I only bought a few comics through the years of my youth. And I'm not nothing against black comic characters because I do like all of them. Some of them I mentioned, you know, Luke Cage, Spawn. A lot of them I just hated when they killed off or made a white guy retired and made a new guy. Just to, not that I didn't hate it that it was a black guy. I just hated, okay, they're taking this character who's popular at one time, maybe not popular anymore. Well, let's make him black because we got these black kids. But, you know, I guess that's a good thing to do. Keep the character alive, selling it to a new audience. Yeah. Okay, there you go. I proved myself wrong. Okay. It just hurts. Not that because it's changing from white to black. It's just I always knew this character as this person, not a white person, but as this person. It's just the same as if they took Black Panther and made him a white guy. You know, 10 years, 15 years down the road, like, you know what? A lot of Black Panthers showing up in what's a white place? Australia. let's call it this Australian guy, Black Panther. Yeah, what I'm saying. Oh, howdy, mate. I you know what I'm saying though. Now, Black Panther, Storm, Spawn. I even like Icon because even though he's a Superman ripoff, he is a totally different character in a different universe. So I give him that one. And he doesn't wear the same costume, so and he's not. His name isn't Superman. Who else? Black Falcon, whatever his name is. I swear to God, they called him Black Falcon back in the day. Unless that was just my own. I swear, in the 70s and early 80s, his name was Black Falcon. And I swear they're lying about this. I can't even Google this. My internet connection is no connection. Why is that? Black Falcon. Black Falcon. I want to find a comic that
the Black Falcon is
Marvel comic issue. Black Falcon. I want to find an old issue that had his name on it. That's good. They probably want to show the old issues. I just saw one. That's a newer one. I tell you what, they called him Black Falcon back in the day. Falcon. I can't find any. I swear to God, they changed something. Back in the old days, it was Black Falcon on there. I swear to God, man, unless my mind has deceived me, but I can't believe it. Well, they got an old one here. Captain America and Falcon. Maybe because of Black Vulcan. I thought Black Falcon. Maybe that's the only possibility. All these older issues I'm showing. This one's from October. I don't know what year, but here's an issue. You can tell it's old just because of the artwork, but it does say Falcon. Captain America and Falcon. But I swear it was Black Falcon. But, like I'm saying, Black Vulcan with the Super Friends. Black Falcon. Maybe that's what it was. False memory. Or is it a Mandela effect? But I always liked him. I thought he was cool. And he had back in the late 70s, his word in the comics was like the 70s. What do you call it? Those movies back in the black exploitation or whatever hell those movies were called. Same thing. Like, man, you must come straight from a comic book. Those type of lines, And I liked it. I thought it was cool. Him, Black Lightning, probably Power Man, Luke Cage too. But it was, unique. Like, giving the white people a little taste of the ghetto. Through the comics. Look at the rest of that beer, and let's get out of here. Let's see what other subjects we got. I didn't even go in another sci-fi. I was going to go Star Wars and everything. Never did. All right, let's get out of this. I don't think I had any viewers on this one. I keep getting. I got real Black Falcons just showing up on my screen now. All right. All right, let's see. I thought I had a bunch of options here. All right, Sci-Fi and Marvel. Evolution of Marvel Comics and its impact in the sci-fi genre. Yeah, the movie is really big, but a lot of their movies have been shitty lately in the last 5 years, probably. What can you do, right? The rise of sci-fi streaming shows like The Mandalorian and Star Trek Picard. Star Trek Picard, I did watch that. I wasn't really too keen on it, but I watched it because of nostalgia, Picard, but it wasn't really that good. But if you're a big Star Trek Generation fan, I'd recommend watching it. Intersection of sci-fi and social commentary is seen in shows like Black Mirror and The Twilight Zone. Black Mirror is a pretty damn good show, I think, on Netflix. A couple of their shows are kind of, but some of them were pretty nifty. Like the guy, he's making a computer program, and it was like Star Trek, and he's taking people's DNA, so they're actually putting their DNA in the computer program, so it's like their character. Pretty good. A couple of episodes are pretty good, actually. I'll have to rewatch through those eventually. The enduring popular classic sci-fi franchises like Star Wars and Star Trek are always going to be alive. I mean, well, Disney Plus keeps popping out new Star Wars shows and movies or whatever. They got the Andor, whatever the hell it's called, season 2 coming out. I might go back to Disney Plus just to watch that season. We'll see. The first one wasn't that great, but the second one looks pretty good. So and Forrest Whitaker's in it, so he's doing a prequel of his character from Star Wars Rogue One. So pretty fun. We'll see what happens to him. Make him fucking crazy, maybe. Star Trek on Paramount Plus. A lot of new Star Trek shows. I haven't watched any of them. I heard a lot of them are woke, but I might try to watch them. I got Paramount Plus. I haven't watched them yet, but I'm going to try to watch them. My good buddy Jammer told me a lot of them are woke, but we'll see. I'll try to watch them. I usually only watch the original Star Trek and Next Generation. I never even think I've seen more than 5 episodes of Deep Space Nine and Voyager. I couldn't get into those two back when they were out. But we'll see. The enduring legacy of classic Star Trek characters like Captain Kirk, Captain Picard, and Mr. Spock. I think Captain Kirk and, if you went to top 5, my top 10, let's Google. Oh, not that. Let's see what AI says the top 10 characters are. Top 10 characters, top 20 characters of Star Trek history. There we go. I'm going to do their 20. I'm just going to go through, pick my 10. I think I got most of that beer out. Man, I think I'm past my bedtime. I sure am. All right, we're going to go to 20. I don't know who that is, so boy, gone. If I haven't heard of them, they're off the list. Quark, the Ferengi bartender and entrepreneur who owned Quark's Bar in Deep Space Nine. I'll give him that. I don't know what number he's going to end up being, but on this list, he's 14. I'll put him at my bottom of my list right there. Odio, the shape-shifting changeling who served as chief of security on Deep Space Nine. Okay. Belania Torres, the Voyager, the half-human, half-Klingon chief engineer of the USS Voyager. I vaguely remember her. Montgomery Scotty, definitely top 10. Kara Nears, Deep Space Nine, the Bajorian military officer who served as the first officer of Deep Space Nine. I don't even know who the hell it is, so he can't be in my top. Geordi LaForge, Captain Benjamin Sisko. I don't know about that, but we'll see. 7 of 9, Worf, Dr. Leonard McCoy, Captain James, Jean-Luc Picard, Data, Captain Kirk. They're missing somebody. Okay. Let's go through this list because I think they're missing a couple people. They didn't have Bones on. Did they have Bones? Spock, Kirk. Oh, Bones on there. Okay. Maybe, man. Maybe that is it. Yeah, I like Kirk is gonna be number one. Spock. I would go. There's the top three right there from the original show. Kirk, Spock, McCoy. I'll go with Picard as fourth. Riker. I didn't like Riker too much. Geordi LaForge. Data, then Riker. Oh, wait. Riker. Take him off again. Worf. I like Worf. I did like that changeling dude from Deep Space Nine. What was his name? Quark, right? Anyhow, you get the gist. I even like, oh, well, shit, what's her name? The girl from Next Generation who could tell people's feelings or whatever. She's not even on that top 20. I thought she should be. Shit, even the Irish guy was an engineer in Deep Space Nine and Generations. He should be on there. Ah, well. Geordi Data is definitely in there. I give Riker. Riker's not my favorite from Generations, but I put him in there. So, James, Spock, McCoy. I got to go Scotty. Data. Picard. Geordi. Oh, wait. Worf. Geordi. Diana Troy. There's probably somebody else I'm missing. And Riker. We'll just go that for this week. Maybe it'll be different next week. I probably have to do an actual review and give them points for different qualities that I like them and actually give them my whole total. I'll do the top 20. Now, if you go Star Wars, here's my top 10 characters for Star Wars. Number one, obviously, and I liked them in even the newer movies. I think they could have done a better job with them instead of killing them. Luke Skywalker, number one. Special Return Jedi, he comes out. I think I don't like the darkness of him in Return of Jedi, but trying to convert his father back to the light was probably the best part of it. Don't like him too much in the first one. Kind of gayish, yeah. Empire Strikes Back is okay. He's learning the Force. Return of Jedi is good, but I think he's a little bit too dark in that. But he does help his father come back to the light. So that is the best part of it of all, right? Bringing your father back. Wish I could bring my father back, but I don't even know my father. So, yeah, Luke is number one. Han Solo has to be number two. His character, he's just a nerfy scurf herder or whatever how you want to call it, right? That's even a hard one. Wow. Boba Fett. I love Boba Fett. Shit, I think better characters in Star Trek. That's kind of weird. Obi-Wan, how would you grade him? I mean, are you going to go by Alec Guinness or Ewan McGregor? Or you have to combine them both somehow, right? The character. I guess you could put him in there as both. They both play the same character. And yep, you're doing the character. You're not doing the actor. So I think Ewan McGregor did a pretty good job. I didn't like the series that they did. That's he's like self-doubting in the Force and doubting. And he's like a little trembling child or something shit. But the movies, I think he did pretty good. That's about it with that one. Let's see what else subject I had. I think that's all the subjects. That was it. Hey, thanks for watching. That was a horrible video. But if you stayed this long, wow, you're a fucking nerd. Neighbors mowing the lawn. Well, that's it for this one. Shag Dog. Took me 35 minutes to drink that beer, but that's not bad. Spitter Swallow Beer Review. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, join, subscribing, comment, and like it. If you got any other topics you want us to talk about during the drinking and thinking video on the Spitter Swallow Beer Review, we'll be more than happy to talk about it. Even if you want to join us, because most times we're live. So most times on Wednesday mornings, I know it's kind of hard day for people to join in, but if you need to, you can. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Spitter Swallow Beer Review.